Well, tell me about the way you said you diaper the chimpanzees.
Yeah, we get an amateur. I'm sure. Have you ever diapered a chimpanzee?
I have not.
Okay, so you're an amateur,
Yep.
but we get you. We put you in the cage with the chimpanzees, and it's a fairly large cage. It's a couple maybe 1,000 square feet, 500 square feet, somewhere around in there. It's in their habitat, so there's their duty on the floor and their toys and all this stuff. So anyway, you gotta wrestle one down. Whatever you pick it out. You want the big one, you get the big one. You want the small one, look out for mama.
Yeah.
She don't want you messing with her babies.
And chimpanzees have freakish strength, right?
Oh yes, yes, yes. Have you ever? There was a lady on Oprah.
I know the story.
Yeah.
The chimpanzee pulled her hands off of her wrist, like literally pulled her hands off, ripped them off, and then
I got a buddy that worked that,
yeah.
and actually the chimpanzee ripped her arm off at the shoulder and beat her with it.
You're kidding me.
No, no.
But does that scare you though? Like it has to worry you a little bit.
Oh, we got sharpshooters with dart guns. If it looks like you're about to lose your face, we'll dart them down.
Yeah.
You get in there, and man, if you do it, we give you $1,000, and you get to be on our radio station.
Is that true?
$1,000.
$1,000.
Very true.
So all right. So you go in there. You pick the chimpanzee that you desire, want, or whatever.
Yes.
You kind of wrestle it down. You put a diaper on it.
Yeah.
And then what? You run out of there, or what do you do after that?
Oh yeah, you can run out of there, but I wouldn't advise it. See, they like to chase things.
I see. Be
I mean,
cool.
if you value your face, you will not run.
I value my face. I don't.
Well, you're kind of attached to it,
It's true. It's been with me a long time. But so you're saying $1,000 and
$1,000, and you get to host on our radio station.
How often do people do this and or succeed at this?
Oh man, we had a guy go to the hospital just the other day. He tried, and he took the little one. Mama got mad when it squealed, and she took his thumb.
No way.
Took his thumb right off.
No way. This is crazy.
I'm not even lying.
I believe you. Yet people still show up all the time to give this a shot. Because they're like, well, what?
Well, it's $1,000. I mean, come on now.
I understand for 2 minutes worth of work if you're successful.
Oh well, you have an hour to do it.
I see.
I've seen people do it in 30 minutes. They try to get be friends with them. They fling their own poop at the chimpanzees.
All right. Yeah. That's nuts, man. I've never heard of this in my life. This is
well, look it up.
I will. Yeah, this is fascinating to me. I didn't know this was a real thing. So. That's crazy.
Now you also could do the 3-4-3 on the gorilla too, but I wouldn't advise that.
You don't want to mess with the gorilla. But
No.
what would happen? Like I'm talking a full-grown chimpanzee versus gorilla. Like who wins?
Oh man, we actually had that happen one time. We had a gorilla climb out of its enclosure and into the chimpanzees.
Yeah.
And apparently they are like mortal enemies because it happened after hours, and our watchman was at the other end of the park, looking over other animals. And when he made it back to the chimpanzee enclosure and heard all the commotion and stuff, we only had like maybe 3 or 4 of our animals still alive, and we had 10.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Wow. So
gorillas teared up.
Just tore everything apart.
Tore it all apart.
Yeah, I bet. That's crazy. It is crazy when you think about that. Just that level. Like what is the average weight of a full size gorilla?
1,300 pounds.
Can you imagine if you were 1,300 pounds? I'm saying you as a human being. And just to have and be that lean and muscular, you could just pick up cars and just throw them.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It would just be.
That's the reason why That's the reason why you do not take away the Elmo doll.
Okay. Is this something that you've had experience with?
Oh man. Well, that lady that was on Oprah, that's what started the whole thing.
Is that what started? Okay, so I don't know.
She brought in an Elmo doll and was
Uh-huh.
given to this chimp,
Uh-huh.
and it wasn't. I can't remember exactly what she said. It wasn't doing. It wasn't showing its appreciation or something.
Yeah.
So she said, "If you don't be nice, I'll take the Elmo doll away." And she moved it back towards her, and I guess the chimpanzee was like, "How dare you?
Wow.
I think I'm going to wipe my butt with your face."
Seriously, and I saw her face afterwards, and I remember that 911 call too. I've listened to that.
Oh my God! Yes. Shoot it! Bring your gun and shoot it!
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, you know, and it's terrifying, and it's like, you know, and animals. Sure, we all love animals, and I'm sure you do as well in the job that you have. But it's like,
oh, yeah.
you know, it can get to a point where it's like you cannot reason with a chimpanzee when,
not at all,
you know,
not at all.
And it's like, what do you do when that thing can just, like I said, just rip your arm off if it really wants to, and it's frightening.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It could be frightening. It could be frightening.
Right on, man. Well, this has been an amazing phone call.
Oh yeah, I got a wife and chimpanzees at the house to take care of.
Do you have chimpanzees at home?
Oh, absolutely.
How many?
I got 7. I'm not supposed to have them,
wow.
but I got them anyway.
Wow, and everything's cool. They're just part of your family.
Oh, everything's cool. I also got a lynx. You know, I mean, sometimes that thing gets out.
Okay.
Out of the cage, and it's a little scary, you know.
Yeah, sure.
You gotta roam the house looking for it.
Sure.
And you know, I forget to feed it, so it's constantly hungry. So yeah. It's a who's hunting who situation.
Yeah. Seriously.
Yeah.
Well, right on, man. I can't tell you how much I appreciate the phone call tonight.
Hey, man, you're welcome.
So thank for all the info.
So, hey, yeah, if you ever come to Tulsa,
yeah,
come to the zoo. Ask to speak to Jake Rowland.
Okay.
And man, we'll get you hooked up and we'll diaper a monkey.
All right. I can't make any promises. I might be too chicken to try it, but I'm interested in at least talking about it.
Well, if you're chicken, we could also swim with the anacondas.
Okay.
I got like a 29 and a half foot one here.
And you think that's,
oh man,
you think that's safer than being in a cage with a bunch of chimpanzees?
Well, I don't think the snake will rip your face off.
True, but it might just like swallow you.
Well, I mean, pick your poison.
I suppose.
And if you want poison, we got poisonous snakes too.
All right. Days like this, it makes me feel I like my concrete jungle. Here's Oklahoma. Drive by Night Show. How are you?
I'm doing all right.
Good.
Listen. I called in earlier.
Yeah.
About the Tulsa Zoo.
You've been the topic of discussion on this show ever since you called in.
I understand. I've been listening, but just so that they don't get a bunch of phone calls about diapering the chimps and kids. I just thought I'd clarify that none of that is true. I just listened to the lady ramble on for 30 minutes about camels and all this stuff, so I figured I'd come in and blow your mind. But I don't want these people that are sitting at the house going, "Oh my God, they're diapering chimps, thumbs getting ripped off, and $1,000. Hell, I need to get down to Tulsa."
Right. And then everyone's like, "Well, this is just the type of stuff that happens in Tulsa all the time."
But just so that I'm not on the news and being hunted, man, I was just messing around.
Good. You know, and honestly, this show that I do, like, probably 20% of what's said on this show is factual, and the other 80% is prank calls and people goofing off. So I think we're okay. I think we're okay. It really led to a lot more of a discussion than I thought it was going to, and probably more than you thought it was going to as well. You were just like calling in just goofing off a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
But it's been good content for the show, so I loved it.
But I guarantee you, at least the last two people that you had on here, that sounded like they was minors, kids.
Well,
they was probably on the internet looking hardcore for the $1,000 diaper, the monkey or swim with anacondas.
It's true, and it only takes one person to be calling the Tulsa Zoo in the morning and filing a complaint.
Yep. And then they'd be like, well, there's this guy on TikTok, and he's got a YouTube channel, and then they'd be like, I'd be on the news. If you know the person behind this voice, you need to call 1-800-Crime Stoppers.
It's true. Because then they'd be like, the Tulsa Zoo would be like, well, we don't do any of this stuff, so we just got to assume that this guy's doing it like after hours or something, and we don't know about it. You know, we need to,
And I want to apologize to the kids that was calling and inquiring about this stuff to you, because I know all of a sudden they hear this and they're like, gee willikers, that ain't true. I can't trust adults.
Well, it is a good life lesson there. You probably can't trust adults. You're probably right.
Man, I was gonna look for the guy that got his thumb ripped off.
I know. It's like, it's just amazing. And that's why I was posing the question. I was like, if there's a chance of getting your thumb ripped off, I don't think $1,000 is going to cut it.
No, but I like the 10,000. I was when you said that, I was looking at my hand and I was like, man, I can miss that for 10,000.
Yeah, but there's a good chance you're getting out of there scot free with that 10,000 and your thumb. I'm just saying that's the minimum price to step in there. You can't do it for $1,000.
Man, I wished I wouldn't have to call back in and tell you it was just good.
It's okay, man.
Because the world we live in, man. There's somebody like, oh my God, you'd be pretty safe. You can diaper a monkey. They got sharpshooters and dart guns.
It's true. There's people like practicing on their dogs like tonight. Like getting a diaper on their dog. They're like, oh, I'm going to go do this with the chimpanzee and make a bunch of money.
Yeah, I'm going to do this like 9 times and retire.
Right, exactly. Oh, that's good stuff. Good stuff, man. I appreciate it. It was a lot of fun.
I appreciate you. This has been entertaining. I mean,
likewise.
I do have a serious question though. What color is your underwear?
Well, hold on here. Hope this doesn't get me.
Get you an OnlyFans there.
It looks like it's kind of like, it's apparently like plaid boxers. Looks like black and gray and white.
With the skid mark?
Well, that just comes with it,
Yeah, I mean,
I tried to wash that out a couple months ago, and I'm like, you know what? That's just going to be there.
My underwear wears out on both sides of the skid mark.
Well, it probably just like melts like through the fabric. It's so potent.
Yeah.
I definitely got a few pair like that. I those are like my daily wears. Then I keep a couple nice ones for like special occasions.